Live. Welcome, everybody. It is time for your favorite moment of the week. Happy Saturday. You can see her on the Eric Andre show. You can see her in the Foxy Merkins. You can also check out her special, These Lips. You guys give it up for the amazing, the beautiful, the wonderful. You guys, it's Jackie Monahan.
Hi, everybody. I have like a mild addiction to true crime. And it's a problem because I live alone and it's dark energy, heavy energy. I like to keep things light. So I do my best to stay away from true crime. But the caveat is I will watch cults because a true crime, somebody can break in my place and kill me. That's a fact. The odds of it are very low, thank God. But the odds of a cult coming in and brainwashing me are zero. It's really zero, especially since I was asked to leave Scientology because I was making everybody angry there. And I wasn't there to join up. I was there for comedy reasons, but I'm unbrainwashable. I state it out loud. Anyway, yeah, I'm not brainwashable. Thank you. But Netflix tricked me. Netflix tricked me. They had me watch a show, Worst Roommate Ever. Worst Roommate Ever. What do you think that is? Somebody that sleeps with your mother and your girlfriend, or your dad and your boyfriend, or eats all your food. No, I'm watching Worst Roommate Ever. And someone gets cut up and put in two different suitcases. No, Netflix. That's called Murder Roommate, not Worst Roommate Ever. Like, please do not watch Worst Roommate Ever unless you have a buddy. Thank you. Now they have Worst Ex Ever, and I'm addicted. I watched it, and they are the worst exes ever. Oh, there's no worst ex than stalk, kill, lover, stalk, kill. That's the best ex ever. Best worst. That's what they should call it. Best. No, there's no best in it. It's really good. You got to watch that. But I'm addicted. I got to stay away from murder stuff. It's not good because it's such dark energy. I like light energy. Speaking of, I had to break up with somebody because they said shit too much. Everything was perfect. And I was like, honey, please, can you stop saying shit? And she's like, ha, 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 I'll try. Ha, ha, ha. And I sat down like, come on, like, you've got to stop. It's not cool. Everything else was perfect. But every day she'd be like, I'm in a world of shit. They've got shit for brains. The shit hit the fan. Cut the shit. Yeah. And I gotta get out of this shit every single day. And finally I was just like, I've given you fair warning. I have to break up with you, babe. I'm so sorry. And she was just like, come on, give me another chance. I'm like, I'm sorry. Shit happens. Shit. I want there to be a playlist of songs that we know for a fact the artist has not touched anybody underage. A playlist of all. It's just called a female playlist. Female. I went on a date last night, and I was just like, I got to take a break from guys. I just with this Diddy stuff, I'm just like, I don't know. So I'm back to only women. Thank you. Just for the time being, or it could be forever. Who knows? Hopefully. I do wonder, I want to know, like, our co-host for the day, she and I were talking about what we believe happens when you die. And I believe when we die, we are all knowing. And I can't. One of the things I'm going to ask right away is, did I have the most free Coke without doing anything for it? And number two, who did the most collateral damage? Epstein or P. Diddy? Who did the most damage? Like, we don't know. And did their streams cross? Do you know where their streams did cross? Trump, everybody. Trump is where their streams crossed. So please, everybody, vote for Kamala. And are you guys ready? We're going to do some deep diving into some other terrible people. Please, your co-host is the owner of the Comedy Hub and the producer of this show, and we love her so much. She's a Fortnite all-star, and her name is, we know her, we love her, we cannot live without her. This is the same intro as Mallory Knox. Andy Dazzler!
Hey! It's me. I'm in a little TV. What's going on, Jackie?
You remember that? You know her, you love her. You cannot get enough of her, Mallory Knox. That was my favorite movie for so long.
I don't remember. What movie was that?
Natural Born Killers.
Oh, that's I do love Natural Born Killers. I don't remember that specifically. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
It's so good.
Watch it again. It is. It's really good.
So good. It's just, speaking of hating men, that was like part of my, like, I got to get out of this. Thank God I can be attracted to women. But yeah, I went on a date yesterday and I'm like, I have no idea if you're insane. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with it.
Isn't it sad too? Because if we're being like fully honest, most men not like Diddy. Most men not like Epstein. You know, most men that I have met are actually good people. It's just like when you see the worst of the worst people out there, they just tend to be, sorry, Jay, men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there have been some diabolical women, but
you're lucky you got a good one. It's too much.
Sorry, Jackie.
Jay says, wait, the good ones or the bad ones? The bad ones are usually white, Jay says.
Not in our recent, not in P. Diddy.
Diddy is
right. You're right.
I mean, I would say that they're usually wealthy.
Sorry, none of us.
We need sexy. All right, I'll go out with a sexy black man.
There you go. Yeah. But no, I mean, what the world needs is more lady leaders, man. That's one of the reasons I'm solidly behind Kamala. I don't agree with everything that she stands for.
Right. Me neither. But guess what?
You're never going to find anyone that agrees. Jay and I have been together for almost 20 years. We don't agree on everything, you know?
People who are like, I just have friends and they're right. It's not wrong in this answer, but they're just like, we just don't have any good choices. You're right, but I'm going to reserve my right to be really excited if Kamala gets it.
Yeah, really I'm going to be excited.
I mean, we need a woman president.
Not only that, but like,
there's so many things, but just basic, a woman president will be very exciting.
Well, also, I like to ask all the time, well, then who is your ideal candidate, right? Because for most people right now, their biggest issues, if they're coming from the left side, is that Kamala is not pro-Palestine, right? Which I am. I'm very pro-Palestine. I hate the war. I am definitely, since this went down, my ideas of Israel, they kind of plummeted. You know, I was like, yo, I mean, you guys were already kind of shady, and now you're committing genocide. I don't like that.
No way.
But I also know that as far as the U.S. is concerned, the whole reason Israel exists is because we put them there.
Wow.
I'm aware that they have a lot of commitments already there for Israel that I'm sure is hard to back out of. And you are hard pressed to find someone that could be a presidential candidate that doesn't support Israel. There's like only a handful of Congress members that are anti-Israel right now. So that's fine if you don't like Kamala because she supports Israel. I respect that. who's your ideal candidate? No one can tell me that. No one can tell me who their ideal candidate is.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, I agree. I hate that she is.
I agree too. I'm not fully aware of those things. Just like I'm not fully aware of that guy we're going to talk about, but I know that I don't like that she's pro gun and she's like, Trump was like saying, you're against fracking. I'm against fracking. But she was saying no, that she wasn't against fracking. And I was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
So it's not ideal, but in a way it is ideal because she's the best option. And she's a good option.
She's a great option. And people tend to not understand where she's even coming from when she says she's not pro fracking. She's pro America making their own resources, and she's pro not turning everything off just to. Right now, people just want everyone to stop drilling for oil. They want them to stop fracking. They want them to stop doing everything. They're like, we can create solar power and blah, blah, blah. The only problem is to create the amount of energy that we use every single day. That would be, if we just stop that production right now, that would be catastrophic. We wouldn't have the energy supplies that we would need. So we need direction. We need to continue fracking, but bring it down while ramping up everything. Yeah. There has to be a schedule. There has to be a schedule.
So she is doing good.
And that's what she's trying to do. She's like, I'm pro drilling. We need to bring it down. We need to start transferring over.
Bring it down. Bring it down. I've noticed the fracking in LA has gone way down.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm gonna be fracking tonight.
I know. But depending on who becomes president, we might reverse course, and then all these hurricanes that we're having and wildfires are just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Boo.
And like this last week was like, it set records for, climate change related weather patterns, just messing things up. Over in the South, you had 2 back-to-back, like massive hurricanes, right?
So
here on the West Coast, the Bay Area last week, we had a 10-day heat wave. We've never experienced that before.
A 10-day heat wave you have, but not in September.
No, we've never. The heat waves in the Bay Area, if you're on the coast, they last for 3 or 4 days. And the hottest, it's usually between like 90 and 100 degrees. We had 10 days of 100+ degree weather.
Whoa.
And because the Bay Area is set up, we don't get a whole lot of really hot days. If you have a house that's more than 30 years old, you probably don't have an air conditioner. That's most the houses.
Ew.
We were just dying, dude. Like it got so bad I couldn't turn my computer on for a few days. It got up to 120 degrees in this room. It was madness.
Wow.
Yeah. And all this stuff is happening because we frack too much. We drill too much.
We frack too much.
We burn a lot of shit.
Yeah. We frack too much. Yeah, it sucks.
We burn too much.
Please, no more fracking.
But yeah, the goal is to bring down the fracking.
Bring down the fracking, bring up the solar. My God.
Right.
Trump was like, there's windmills. They want windmills. He's so windmills.
Oh, that guy. I don't mind letting him talk as much as he wants to talk because the more he talks, just the dumber he gets.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing.
Did you watch the debate between him and Kamala?
I did.
I loved it when she was like, and then you talk too much and your audience starts leaving before you're done. And that got
he lost his mind.
For the rest of the debate, he was not able to focus. She's like, my crowds aren't small. I don't make them disappear. Yeah, you do, bud. You do.
So funny. She
Oh,
got him. She knew. She was good.
this poor nation.
I know.
So sad. The saddest thing though for me is like the way it's depicted on the news. Like, listen, I get it. When I watch clips, I'm like, wow, that whole thing is a cult, right? But I also know some very like sane individuals who are still right leaning that they're gonna vote for Trump, you know?
I
Um,
can't.
but they're not like what you see on TV. They don't go to rallies, they don't wear red hats. In fact, they think he's an asshole. They're just
They just want their taxes to be okay.
well, the taxes, and then they consider what they deem their personal values. While he is not a good example of them,
I know.
they'll
It's like,
enact what they want, like because the guy is not anti-abortion.
we know he's been the cause. I want to say he's been the cause of more abortions than all the other presidents combined.
That could be a possibility. But yeah, he's not. But I hate how people like fight so much. Like I will not be able to get on board the Trump train, but I can still respect people that would vote for him, even if they don't like him. It's just, yeah, we don't got to fight with everybody.
Yeah, I don't
Talk
want to
about
fight with
civil
anybody.
war is so silly.
Yeah, I don't want to fight with anybody either.
No.
But I do want to avoid the topic with these people. It's weird how they can still be friends with us. Even the hardcore ones that are pro-life, Christian, crazy Christians. Not all Christians are crazy, but the crazy ones, they can still talk with us. Or like that are anti-gay, anti-everything, but we don't want to talk to them. It's interesting. I don't want to talk to them, but they still want to talk to me. And
Gotcha.
I'm like, why? Like, don't talk to me.
I think it's important sometimes to learn how to like manage your political speak, right? Like we were talking recently about a director friend of yours, and you were just like, you're like, I can't, oh my God, I can't wait for this to end. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I know that you can't hear it. It is Fleet Week here in the Bay Area, which means that we have the Blue Angels that have just been flying through the skies for like the last 4 days. And it's so loud.
Wow.
That's your tax dollars at work, kids. But no, focus. Oh yeah, we were talking about how a friend of yours who is a leftist, right? You were like, I can't talk to her all the time anymore because all she wants to talk about are sad things, and it's all about like what our duties are. And I was like, you just have to like let her know we can spend this amount of time talking about it, then we have to move on. And it's so important. You remember that show, Sister Sister?
Yeah. Yeah, with the twins.
Yeah, with Tia and Samara, we learned earlier, I guess last week, that they don't really speak anymore. And the whole reason is because one of them won't stop preaching to the other one about how they should live their life in politics.
Wow.
I was like, it's so important to put boundaries up like that, you guys. There's so much more to life than politics.
Yeah, it really is. Politic-free life is the best.
I mean, it's good to be informed, but you don't gotta like pile on it. Like
It's just too bad we can't just have like no hierarchy, but like consensus.
it's because we all think we want different things sometimes.
Yeah.
Nah. Also, you got power hungry people that will always want to be at the top of power and will do terrible things. Like that guy you wanted me to tell you about. Elon Musk.
Yeah, but I think it's important to change the wording from power to manipulator. There's a difference between real power. Real power is like, because you see all these videos of P. Diddy like flipping out all over the place. Like, that's not power. Real power is
temper tantrums.
yeah. Real power is having power over your emotions. Like Eckhart Tolle is way more powerful than P. Diddy. So I think it's like the biggest manipulators. Trump's the biggest manipulator. He's not the most powerful. He's a giant manipulator. P.
Oh
Diddy's a
yeah.
big manipulator. Elon Musk is a big manipulator.
Oh yeah. The only sad thing is though, I think like when power, there's different types of power for sure. The kind of power I'm talking about is the kind that comes with wealth, the kind that you can only get with manipulation. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So like we were talking about Elon Musk earlier, and I was just telling you some of the shady things he has done throughout his life. And one of the things was made evident just with the first hurricane that went down, Helene. He made a big fuss online about how FEMA wasn't doing enough. They weren't allowing his helicopters to land so that they could bring free internet to the people whose towns had been washed away, right? And he made such a big stink about it that on social media, Pete Buttigieg, who is the Secretary of Transportation for the country, just was like, "Hey, you have my number. If please call me so we can resolve this, right?" And um, it was all a front. Elon Musk didn't have anything to provide. We just learned that he was like, okay, everyone in hurricane torn places, we are providing you free internet if they will allow us to. There's a catch though, Jackie. There's a catch. In order to access your free internet from him, you have to pay $400 for equipment that can't get there until the roads are fixed.
So weird.
So it's all a publicity stunt. There's no like
There's no
there's no
substance to it.
no, no. It's just a way for him to be like,
I
check
bet
out,
even
check out
if you,
Starlink,
I bet even if you did get the equipment, it still would.
right? I don't know. That guy is such a fraud. He's been a fraud. It's crazy. Yeah, you're talking about powerful people, manipulation. Listen, so I told you I would tell you about his story. Are you
Yeah,
ready?
yeah. I'm excited.
Gather around, boys and girls. This is
Yeah,
how Elon Musk got his start.
So, why this is happening? We were talking about Elon Musk backstage, and I never really paid attention. I kind of just assumed everybody was against him because he was so rich and yeah, and wanted to go to the moon. Anyway, Mars. Anyway, so I'm learning. I don't know why I never paid attention, but so it's so interesting for me to learn. I didn't realize he was such a bad guy.
He's when we talk about manipulation and power, he has spent a lot of money manipulating the public to believe that he's some like savant genius that invents all these things. He is not. He was born in West Africa. He was born during apartheid. All right. His father, incredibly racist. They had a lot of money. His father owned like ruby mines and various things. Came to the U.S. In his late teens to go to college. Did not finish what he set out to do. He got a degree in business. Okay, business is what his degree is in. Then he dropped out of college, and then let his visa expire. So he was living here as an illegal alien.
Wow.
For many, many years. So whenever he talks about people being here illegally, it's disgusting to me because that was him. That was him. When he first began, his first big thing was he was one of like the founders of PayPal, right? But the way that he got the information for PayPal, Jackie, he would go and apply for jobs throughout Silicon Valley for companies that were working on producing tech that he wanted. Okay. He would go through the interview process, get access to classified documents. Then he stole those to implement them into PayPal. He was sued for this by a few companies. It's public records. The way he started out, not honest at all. Not
manipulating.
honest. Very, very manipulative. And then all of the things that he's been known for since, he claims he's a physicist. He's not. He's He's a business major, you guys. He's a business major. But he claims he's a physicist. He's not. Claims he's an engineer. He's not. When it comes to Tesla, Tesla is a pre-existing thing. It was not invented by him.
No way. Who started Tesla?
I forget their names, but it was just two dudes that did not have the cash flow to continue it. Elon saw something that he could pay for, so Elon bought it along with engineers and actual physicists, and he pays people to build things.
Wow.
But he did not invent Tesla. Tesla exists long before Elon.
That makes sense as to why the original Teslas look fairly normal and the Teslas that are now do not look normal.
No, they're weird, dude.
I mean, I have to say I kind of like them because it feels like the future, but they do seem dangerous.
Well, and like I was telling you earlier, the craziest part about Tesla is like if you're a car enthusiast and you like luxury cars or you like having details added to your car, you probably don't like Tesla that much because when it comes to high-end vehicles, you're supposed to have high-end outcomes with your car, right? Like the details should be so precise and so perfect. And Teslas do not come precise and perfect. Like lines don't match up, like the door rims, and it's just they're hastily put together vehicles, you know?
Wow.
But yeah, and then so now he's amassed a lot of wealth. He has so much wealth now that if he does have an idea, he can just hire a team of people that can invent it, but he can't. He doesn't know how to do it. Yeah. And that's the best part. There's so many people that'll be like, I don't know everything. And there's a lot of things about Elon Musk that I don't know, but I do know enough about creating algorithms and writing code to know that this guy doesn't know anything about it when he's talking about Twitter. Or there's physicists that are like, when he's talking about inventions, he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. Like he can't do the things that he claims to do. He's not Tony Stark. He's not brilliant. He's just got a lot of money. And he's always had a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's it. He was born into it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he's ruined Twitter.
Oh, dude. I mean, the relationship he has with his grown children is just, they hate him.
Wow. All of them?
Well, the ones that are vocal about it.
How many children does he have?
A lot. More than 5.
No. That's crazy.
Let's see.
Want me to ask Alexa?
He's got 12 kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know that is
for the environment.
He has 5 with one chick. He's got a couple with Grimes. He had a couple more with another chick while having kids with Grimes. Yeah, he's got a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Elon Musk.
And I will be perfectly honest, I find it cringe when dudes have a ton of kids by more than 2 women, Like, it's so cringy. So cringy. It's one of the reasons I don't like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's one of the mildest reasons I don't like him.
Yeah.
Why are you out there making so many babies? I don't care if you got the money to afford them. It's why I don't like Nick Cannon anymore, Jackie. I used to like Nick Cannon, and now I'm like, gross. You're disgusting.
Stop trying to. Speaking of, it's like fracking. The more children, it's like fracking.
The more you drill, the worse the outcome.
The worse it is for the environment.
Yeah. That's too many kids. And you guys don't think that I'm like anti, big families. I come from one. I'm the oldest of 7. But my dad never had the time to hang out with me. Like, I can only imagine what these dudes are like,
Yeah, and your dad wanted to.
Mostly. But yeah, nah, don't do it, you guys. Don't have 12 kids by 3 baby mamas. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I can't imagine having children right now. And I don't have to, la la la. It'd be so weird. You would just be like, I feel like you would work, like you would be like, what if there is a war? What if there is this? What if the future is that? There's just so much more to worry about. But when it's just yourself, you're just like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I give full props. I love my family, right? Like I am not a parent. I don't want kids. I raised my youngest sister, but um don't want kids, but I adore my nieces and nephews, right? Like I
yeah,
adore them. I would do anything for them, but I absolutely love going to hang out with them and then getting to come home without them.
yeah,
And like my poor siblings that are now parents are just like it's great watching them. They got to be tired all the time.
yeah, yeah. My friend, I helped her with her son, watching him, and I would only be there for a couple hours. And I would just be like, oh my God, this is awful. And I love the kid, but it was just awful. I mean, sometimes we're fun, but I never left and was like, oh, I wish I could have kids. I was always just like, oh my God, please. And she was like, I want to have another baby. I was like, what? I remember just being like, why? Like, and you have to deal with this 24/7. I don't understand. Couldn't comprehend it.
Hey, I know that it's popular on the for some people on the right to believe that women's places, they're born naturally wanting to have kids. They're supposed to
Yeah,
have it.
I
Here's
can't
the thing. No, we're not. There's so many of us that don't want to have kids, and are happy. I'm so happy not having kids. Like I said, dude, my brother and sister-in-law, some of my favorite people, love going over to their home. They have four kids. All the kids are aged between they're between 12 and 17 right now. So it's a house full of high school and junior high students, teenagers. I love them. I always have fun. And the first thing that Jay and I say when we get in the car after spending a weekend with them is, "Aren't you glad we don't have kids?" Even though we love them so much, and we will
yeah,
go spend weeks with them, and
yeah,
but still, that's the first thing we think is we're so glad that we
yeah.
don't have
That's how I
kids.
feel. But yeah, I love this child so much. Like this child's like a part of my life. Like I feel like an aunt.
Mhm.
And I have other friends who their kids I feel like their aunt, and I love it so much. I love them so much. I'm just like light up when I see them. Like the part of me that never grew up gets to be like a kid. It's so fun. But it's like having your own, I don't care how old they are, at any moment you could be given a chore. At any moment they can call you and be like, I need this or that or this. Like any second, even when they're grown. But as a kid living in the house with you, you never have that like time to yourself. They can interrupt it at any time.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
also think for
understand
me,
that.
it might be part. So, like, I think one of the things that makes the relationship that I have with my partner so good is that we were both non-committal individuals when we met, right? Like, I wanted to be a bachelorette for life. I did not want to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife. I was just going to be Annie, just Annie, for the rest of my life. And he was in the same boat. And even when we first got together, like the commitment part took a while, like we acknowledged that we liked it. Neither one of us even want to say I love you, right? Even though it was clear that that's what was going on. We were living together, for crying out loud. Um, but I think that's one of the things that has made it work so well. We never got married because I think commitment for both of us it's a turnoff,
Yeah.
and somehow it's a trap. Yes, it's a trap. And so somehow here we are, and it's been 18 years, and we are still absolutely in love, and we never want to get married. I feel like kids are kind of the same thing. I'm pretty sure that if one of my nieces or nephews called me up and needed something, or tragedy happened, and like if one of my brothers or sisters died, I would absolutely take them in, right? That's not even a question. I would house them. But I think part of what might make it okay is that I never agreed to a commitment, right? They're still not
Yeah.
mine. Like, because that
Yeah.
was how it was with my sister. Like Jay and I didn't want to have kids, but here we were driving a kid to school every single day, going to soccer practices, getting him new clothes and books. And we did this for years. We got my sister when she was 11, sixth grade.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when she went to college, and then when she got pregnant young, we were like, whatever, you're going to finish college and we're going to take care of your baby while you're going to school throughout the days. So, like, we definitely raised a kid. We definitely
Wow.
babysat a newborn baby we did this for years.
Wow.
And it actually, Jackie, it was a pleasure. I mean, of course, there was tiring days, but I think part of it was the fact that I never committed to having a kid,
Yeah.
and it made the process a lot easier for me.
Yeah. That's how I felt too. Like, I felt like if I ever did want to have a child, I would definitely want to adopt, because I would feel if something bad happened to them and they were sad, I would be like, I'm their savior. Not like I brought them into the world and I caused this suffering.
I gotcha.
Like, yeah.
I learned that the only way I would ever have a kid was through adoption when I saw my sister be born. That changed everything. I was like, nope, I am not going through that. I was 15 when my sister was born, and that was it. At that point, I thought that that's just what I had to do. I lived in a very conservative family. I was going to grow
Right.
up, get married, and have kids, and I did not want that, but that's just what I thought was going to happen. And then I saw her be born. I'm like, nope, you will never have a biological child through me. In vitro and all that was not a
I
thing.
really thought that I always thought I would get married and have children. I always thought that.
That's
And
awesome.
it never clicked in for me. I never was like, I want a baby. Never.
It's not for everybody.
But I always thought that I would. I thought it would kick in, but it just never did.
It's not for everyone, man. That's why I think it's insane when like JD Vance is talking about, but women have an inherent nature. They're born to be mothers. Nah, dude. I know some mothers that should have never been
Me
mothers.
too. And I have friends that said to me, Jackie, that friends that had children really young, and they were like, I love my kids, but Jackie, if I could do it over, I wouldn't have them. And they're like, Jackie, if you have any doubt in having children, do not have them.
hmm
And I'm like, I don't have any not doubt.
Well, that's the crazy part. One of the things that I hate so much about the overturning of Roe v. Wade and so many states getting rid of abortion access is that, but most people don't. So a lot of people on the right tend to act like women just don't know what's best for them. Right.
Yeah.
And it's an uninformed woman that would even have an abortion, uninformed and selfish. But in reality, did you know the most common person that gets an abortion it's not young women that are knocked up for the first time. It's actually women that are already that already have children, okay, and know that they cannot afford them.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily that they don't want them, but they know that they either can't afford them or that what they have on their plates right now is already too much. And so that's why they have the abortion. And that's coming from a woman that's already been through the process, man. Of course she knows what she's doing. She's not incapable.
Yeah.
So I think it's sad that we like just cut off abortion, but we didn't do anything to help out the women that need access to more help, supplies, everything. It's just ridiculous, man.
I had a friend in high school who she got all A's. She was a nerd in school. And not that you have to be a nerd to get all A's, but
But you probably were.
but she was. And she got a scholarship to Salve Regina, which is a really good school. And she started dating a fireman. And she got pregnant. And her parents, she wanted to have an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And her parents were like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And they made her get married and have the baby. And then she had another baby. And then she had postpartum depression. And they finally were, everybody was like, she was going crazy.
Yeah.
And she wasn't the same person. And they put her in therapy. The therapist had sex with her.
What?
She got pregnant.
Jesus.
The wife came in. The therapist had a wife. The wife burst in the room, beat my friend up, broke her glasses. Like, if she just had had an abortion.
I know.
And gone to Salve Regina.
It's crazy. Choices are important. They're important to have. She never had a choice.
She didn't have a choice.
That's very sad. And then it sounds like she didn't have the support afterwards either.
Yeah.
Like, man. So, like I said, I come from a conservative background, and like I said, like my sister, she got pregnant in college. She was young. And she came to me first, and I was like, listen, this is a choice for you, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to support you no matter what. This isn't my choice. I know I have a preference, but my preference doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And she was really scared to like talk to our parents about it because, my dad, we both thought was going to be like, oh, you have to have the baby. He wasn't. He was like, I don't agree with abortion. But if that's your choice, I'm going to support you. Also, if you choose to keep the baby, I'm going to support you in that way. We're gonna figure this out. And she's doing great. She had the baby. She chose to keep the baby. But when the baby got here, she had nothing but support. My dad put up her and her boyfriend, and he doesn't believe in premarital sex or anything. But he let this dude move into his place, who was not my sister's husband. He let them live underneath his roof, which we were all shocked by. And then I took care of the baby every single day so that she could get through college. And the outcome is that was 10 years ago. And now she has a really good marriage with this dude. They're doing financially well.
No way.
The kid is smart as hell.
Wow.
And it's all because she was given the choice.
She
got to make that choice. And then she had the support behind her to get her life together. It didn't all fall apart. And I feel like life would be so much easier if everybody had access to a choice and support, no matter what their choice is,
Yeah.
So that's terrible what happened to your friend. That's just...
It's like a TV movie.
Yeah.
It's like a movie.
It's a lifetime event.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Yeah.
So sad. I mean, they're probably still crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my other big deal. Like, okay, you know what? If we're going to be in a nation that doesn't have access to abortion, I'm not happy with that. But then we have to have a support network.
Yeah.
We have to have that. And we don't. Instead, we talk about women that are forced to give birth about being fucking welfare queens. That's not it. They're taking every piece of support they can possibly get, and it's not enough.
It's not enough.
No, they're not welfare queens. Elon Musk is a welfare queen. He gets more money from this country than anybody else.
Oh my God.
Anybody else. There's a few other companies that take more than he does. But for the world's richest man, he shouldn't be getting money from the U.S. government.
Yeah, not at all.
No, not at all. But he got lots of subsidies. He a welfare queen.
Elon Musk is a welfare queen.
Yes, he is.
Sad.
See, there we go. We should write a song about the biggest welfare queens in the country, and
let's do it.
They'll all be wealthy people, because that is like, if you look up who gets the most money from the government, it's companies and individuals that do not need it. Diddy's on that list too.
Elon Musk is a welfare queen.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The U.S.'s biggest welfare queen. But not like a cool queen. Not like a Kween queen,
Yeah.
Like a little off with their head bitch queen.
I'm writing it
Okay.
down. Do you want to show my video? For
Yes, I want to show your video because today's an amazing day. Jackie, what day is it?
National Coming Out Day.
Hey, you guys, if you haven't yet, know that if you're scared to come out, you can come out right here on Comedy Hub. We will support you. We will.
We will totally support you.
That's right. So we got a fun
Unlike the US, when you're forced into babies.
All right, Jay.
We're not going to force you out and then not support you.
Nope. No.
We're not even going to force you out. But if you do come out, we will support you. And
go for it.
And here's the proof.
That's right. Here it is. Is it ready? Yes. All right, let's go.
Well, it's a bathroom. We're coming out of the bathroom. We have to come out of something because it's
National Coming Out Day.
Do you believe it? Happy National Coming Out Day. We're gay.
We need them to know that we're gay.
Hey, we're gay.
Happy National Coming Out
Happy
Day.
National Coming Out Day. We're gay. We're coming out. We're gay. It's National Coming Out Day.
Happy National Coming Out Day.
We're gay. We're coming out
Of the closet.
elevator.
Elevator.
We came out of the elevator
Because it's
National Coming Out Day. We're gay.
Gay, gay, gay.
Gay. We're coming out of the
Closet.
Well, it's a washer dryer. There's a laundry.
Laundry.
We're coming out of the laundry, but we're coming out
Because
because
it's National
the
Coming Out
Day, and we're gay.
Let's let them know
That we're still gay, even though we're up here. They need to know. We're still gay from up here.
Still gay.
We're still gay.
All the way up here.
All the way up here.
Yep.
It doesn't make a difference. Happy National Coming Out Day.
Happy National
Oh, you have to
Coming
hold.
Out. There.
Okay.
Happy National Coming Out Day.
We're gay.
So gay.
Happy National Coming Out Day.
Happy National Coming Out Day.
Sir, just to let you know, we're gay.
Totally gay.
We're out.
So out.
Yay! Just to let you all know, we're gay. It's National
Happy
Coming
National
Out.
Coming Out
We're
Day.
gay.
Woohoo!
Woo! We're gay. Happy National Coming Out.
Happy National
We're
Coming Out.
gay.
Hey, Jackie, what are you doing?
I'm making us a barbecue for National Coming Out Day.
Woohoo!
Hey, Jillian, what are you doing?
I'm just letting it out.
What-
Cause it's National Coming Out Day. Woohoo!
I'm going to join you.
for being you. Thank you for being kind to people.
We're going to do this again next week.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
We'll have some updates, some queens for everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do some face off, not freak off.
Yes. No freak offs here.
Jackie's
That's not
face
happening.
off, not freak off. Freak off sounds so fun. Freak off.
It sounds like it should be a fun thing. Unfortunately, it was not a fun thing for the people
Not.
forced into it.
Oh God, it is funny though. It's dark. It's dark. The name.
So dark. On that note,